Hey guys and gals, what is up? I am the movie gaming guy, and I am here for another review for my Spongebob marathon. So anyways, I'll be reviewing Spongebob Battle for Bikini Bottom for the PlayStation 2. So anyways, this game's plot is pretty much at one day Plankton what does he do? He pretty much makes an army of robots to help him steal the formula and rule the world. Unfortunately, what he forgot to do was press the A button. He forgot to, how do you say it? He forgot to, well, he forgot to switch to obey sign. So when the robots tried to obey him, they didn't obey him. They just gone crazy and everything. So then while in SpongeBob's house, SpongeBob and Patrick are playing race horses and robots until SpongeBob tells Patrick how cool it would be to have actual robots. So then Patrick decides he has this supposable wishing shell, and he says that it can make a wish, that whatever you wish for, it'll help. And in order to get robots to play with the next day, you got to put the toy robot in and say the magic words, which is okay. It's a really silly plot, but then what do you expect? It's a SpongeBob game. But then what do you expect? It's a SpongeBob game. You're not going to be expecting like a extremely serious plot in a SpongeBob game. But anyways, so yeah, when the robot comes, when they make the wish, SpongeBob and Patrick decide to go to bed. And then the next day when they wake up, SpongeBob is really pumped to play with the robots, just to realize that the robots are actually not really nice. Well, they're evil. So then SpongeBob, Patrick, SpongeBob must go find out why these robots are being all mean. And since they made the wish about the robots, they actually think it's their fault about the robot invasion happening. So then after that, now they have to go get golden spatulas in order to save the world, or Bikini Bottom at least. So yeah, that's the story, and I'm pretty much, the graphics in this game, they ain't too special now, but considering this was a 2003 game, these are really nice looking graphics. These were like revolutionary back in the day. I mean, like, the character models look really good. SpongeBob. The character models look really good. The environments look really nice and actually look like from the cartoon. You know, it's just a really huge blast. This was made by Heavy Iron Studios and THQ, which I'm glad, because those two are like the two best gaming companies to use when making a SpongeBob video game. So yeah, and in the game you must be collecting golden spatulas throughout the game. So anyways, what you gotta do is pretty much that you must collect golden spatulas, kind of like in Banjo-Kazooie or Super Mario 64. You always you just gotta run around and collect some stuff. There is a hub world, which is Bikini Bottom, but truth is, you can collect golden spatulas there too, although you'll be getting golden spatulas pretty quickly, so you don't really have to worry about, like, having to go back to any levels and stuff, because usually you get them pretty quickly. The maximum of golden spatulas you're going to need to beat the game is 75. No. The minimum, 75. You need at least 75 golden spatulas to finish the whole game. Because that's how much you need to get in the chum bucket. So yeah, this game has somewhat similar gameplay to Banjo-Kazooie and Super Mario 64, because you gotta run around, collect some golden spatulas, all that kind of stuff. Although this game can get really challenging at times. Like how in my movie game review I said the game can get challenging. Well, this game, the challenging is for God's sake, I died again. The challenge is slightly higher. For example, this part I'm playing right here, because this level is SpongeBob's Dream, but I'm playing the Krusty Krab minigame. Oh my god. You see this? I already died like 3 times. Yeah. This is getting really frustrating. Oh god. So yeah, okay. So when you start the game, you'll start in the hub world, Bikini Bottom. When you, for God's sake, when you when you start the hub world, you can only play as Spongebob, and well, that's kind of sad. You can only play as Spongebob in the hub worlds. But at the same time, I can kind of understand why, since they kind of need, since SpongeBob and Sandy kind of need their own part too, in a way. But anyways, yeah. But the reason I kind of hate that is because, well, it would be kind of cool to see that. The enemies, there's no like, what do you call them, I don't know what to call them, there's no, what are they called? Relikes, something like that, recolors, I think they're called. You know, like, what I'm trying to say is that there's no enemies that, like, you have to kill the exact same way, but at the same time, you don't have to, like... Okay, do you guys get what I'm trying to say? But, yeah. So anyways, all the enemies, you start off with just small little enemies that you kill in one hit. Then as you go, the enemies get more and more challenging. For example, right here, when you get to SpongeBob's dream, you have to fight these robots that have, like, a force bubble protecting them. And you pretty much gotta, like, watch out for them so you don't... You gotta attack their force bubble, and then you got to attack them before they get their bubble back, or else they're just gonna... they're just gonna rape you. Yeah. But yeah. All the levels in this game are kind of fun, and they're kind of hub-worldish. Unlike the movie game where it was more linear, this is more hub-worldish. So, yeah. And, well, all the levels are really fun to play. But when in the beginning of the game, the only level you can play is Jellyfish Field. But as you collect more golden spatulas, you'll get more levels to play. And the game, yeah, like I said, it does get pretty challenging. It's probably SpongeBob's Dream being the most challenging, which is the level I'm actually in right now, as you can see. And in this game, you get some health charms. You only start with three pieces of underwear, because the underwear is your health. But as you get through the game, you can collect more in the hub world with the maximum of, I believe, 5 or 6. I don't remember. But yeah. Alright, since I've been talking about like the graphics and all that stuff, let's get on to the gameplay. So in the gameplay, there are 3 characters you can play as. You can play as SpongeBob, Patrick, or Sandy. All with different movesets. So what SpongeBob can do, he has his little bubble wand attack, which is pretty much, it's not overpowered, but at the same time it's not like really weak, which is really good. So yeah, he has his bubble bash move, which pretty much allows him to do kind of like an uppercut in a way. The bubble bowl, which allows him to do a bowling ball and just shoot everything. And probably the coolest move in the game, the cruise bubble, which pretty much, it shoots bubbles like a rocket launcher, and whatever it hits will blow up anything, except at the same time you kind of time to do it, so you gotta be really careful. The cruise bubble is my favorite move in the game because it is extremely helpful, especially for moments like these. But yeah. So then Patrick's gameplay, you pretty much got him Patrick, well, all the characters can double jump, obviously, but Patrick can, he has a move that'll, like, cause him to break his spine in a way, since the fact that, he has to, well, he just kind of has, like, a belly attack, pretty much. He can, do a ground pound, and he, what else can he do? He can pick up stuff, and what else can he do? I know he can do more. Actually, yeah, that's about it. You can just do a ground slam, pick up stuff, and that's about all. I forgot to mention SpongeBob can also do a ground pound too. But yeah, so Patrick plays pretty good. He actually plays kind of similar to SpongeBob, just, you know, he's more like stronger and combat evolved. Ish. But yeah. Alright, and Sandy plays completely different from them. As for one, she doesn't have a ground pound. She has a typical little... Her attack is just a typical little karate chop. And, well, she has a... If you press the button 3 times, I mean, if you jump, if you do a double jump and you press the X button a third time, Sandy will start gliding with her lasso, which I kind of like, since it kind of gives her a Texan way. Her Texan, I don't know how to say it gives her a Texan style, which is what I really like, considering that Sandy is supposed to be a Texan girl. And well, if you find like these weird little Texan statue thingies, press the and you see, and it shows an arrow pointing at it. Press the circle button while doing that, and you will unleash a whatchamacallit. Well, I don't know what it's called, but you'll just hang on the thing. Kind of like in Wind Waker with that lasso thingy. I'm sorry, I don't know what it's called. I never played Wind Waker. I've just seen gameplay of it. So sorry if I don't know a lot, but yeah. The only thing I know is that like I've heard this game has better controls than Wind Waker. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention the controls in this game are extremely tight. Well, then like they control extremely well. They're not like completely stiff. At the same time, they're not like too slippery, which is what a lot of people will most likely love about this game. It's like, cause controls matter. That's like controls is like the number one thing that matters in the game. The game's camera, it isn't bad. It isn't bad at all. It isn't bad at all. It's just there can be a time or two when it can be a little wonky. And well, this game was just a huge blast, and it's part of my childhood. I've played this game ever since I was like a 5-year-old, and since I was like 7, and I still play this game. And this is 2015 now. God, I feel old. But yeah. So then what else was I gonna talk about? Oh yeah, in the theater there was this one thing you can get that costs like 40,000 shiny objects, but it's not worth it. It's not. Just trust me. If you ever get this game, trust me, that's not worth it. But yeah, as for problems in this game, I can't really think of any, to be honest. I mean, there are a few minor complaints, but nothing major. Like, I never ran into any glitches at all, nor have I ever got any just annoyingness or anything. The truth is, the only really bad things I can think of, and these are only minor complaints, is that they don't have Mr. Krabs, the original voice actor for this game, and the fact that there's no official ending to this game. Because, okay, spoiler alert, when you beat the final boss and finish the game, all that happens is that Spongebob and Patrick, everyone's in the chum bucket, and Sandy notices that there's still robots attacking. So SpongeBob says he'll praise to save the world from the robots, and then he just picks his nose, and then the game's over. Yeah, pretty much. Oh yeah, there's one thing I forgot to mention. The music in this game is awesome. The soundtrack is a little more serious, unlike other SpongeBob games, where it's kind of like a lighthearted, happy tone. This game's music is really, it's really serious. So, dark. But yeah, not all the soundtrack in this game is really dark and moody. I mean, there are some lighthearted tracks like the Kelp Forest theme or the Bikini Bottom Homeworld, and one of my favorites is the Mermalair theme. I like that level so much. So yeah, I think that is kind of all I got about to say about this game. I mean, it's really great game and everything, and it has lack of multiplayer, but then again, multiplayer doesn't really matter that much. Besides, this isn't really recommended as a party game or anything. Unlike the next game I'll be reviewing, which is Lights, Camera, Paints. But see, yeah, this game is really great, and it's actually known to be the best SpongeBob game out of all of them. So yeah, I give this game a 9.5 out of 10 for its really nice looking graphics, or at least nice looking at the time. It's really fun gameplay, and overall, it's just a huge blast to play. It's just a huge blast to play, even if you ain't really got any friends. I'm not saying that you guys don't have any or anything, no. But see, yeah, I recommend this game is on Game Boy Advance, PC, GameCube, Xbox, and ps2, which is the system I'm playing it on. The truth is, I don't recommend getting it on the PC or Game Boy Advance version. I mean, I never played those versions. But I played the Game Boy version, and it's not that great, to be honest. And it's completely different from what you expect it to be. But then that's what you expect, considering, like, you know, a Game Boy Advance doesn't have the kind of power a ps2 has. Sorry, I just like stuttered. I just stuttered for a second. But anyways, yeah. So I guess that'll be it. And well, yeah. This game is available for the game. If you're gonna get this, I recommend getting it for either the GameCube, the Xbox, or the PS2. Because it's a really awesome game. I recommend this game to Spongebob fans and even just a fan of platformers overall. I mean, even if you don't really like Spongebob for some weird reason, I recommend getting this game. It's really fun, and even probably your I bet even your family will probably have a blast with it too. It has somewhat similar gameplay to Mario in a way. So yeah, this has been probably my longest review yet. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll be continuing my marathon for the SpongeBob movie 2, which will be coming on Friday, February 6th. See you guys.